So I'm just going to recap that again so it's caught on recording. We were recent, so we have been using Sandbox as the platform to process all of our data and our payments, and they were bought out by an American company called ProCare. And initially, we were looking at moving to ProCare to be able to process and continue on with the support for payments and all of the rest of it. In our interactions with the team from ProCare, a couple issues came up. One, the cost for transaction fees to be able to process the payments was very high in our opinion and was going to cause potential financial difficulties for families. And we were not prepared to ask parents to be paying that much for transaction fees. Additionally, became pretty clear that ProCare is a great company that works out of the States. They serve their American clients really well. But until they kind of took over Sandbox, they had no Canadian operations. And I don't think actually really had much of an interest in really working in Canada. They have their own ways of doing stuff that's really based out of an American banking system process. And so it became really clear to us that what we needed to be able to serve our families well was not going to be able to be housed within ProCare. So at that point, we put a pause on moving forward with ProCare and started looking for an alternative database that could support check-ins, checkouts, data, registration information, everything that Sandbox was doing, as well as helping us to be able to process payments. So we landed on a Canadian company, which is CRAFTS, which is the database and the tool that we are going to be moving forward with. And I know you guys have been getting some emails for how to register and everything like that, but kind of wanted to just do a little bit of a recap. CRAFTS is Canadian. They've been really, really responsive to our process for what we need for our day homes and our operations. They are a company that's doing a lot of development work as well. So I would say where there's going to be some ongoing increased functionality with crafts as we go along. So just be patient with us as we make this transition. We're going to be onboarding some more functionality and some more options and ways of using crafts as we go along. But we're doing it in kind of a staged process. The first stage is moving over to crafts for check-ins, checkouts, and the kind of that end of things, the administration side of things. We wanted to start there. Payments for that will be taken late December for January childcare will still be processed out of Sandbox. So that will really help when it comes time for tax receipting purposes. It's all housed within Sandbox. And then the first payments that will be coming out are the first time that we actually start to do payments then in crafts itself will be in January. And so we've got some time to get all of the financial stuff up and running for that. So you'll see some additional information coming out later about the payment processing and what that process is going to look at as well. So tonight, or for right now, we wanted to I want to introduce Joseph to you. So Joseph has been the wizard behind the curtain, getting all of this transition, pulling over all the information that we can, getting everything set up within crafts to be able to support the work that we need to do. And he's been putting together a user guide to kind of show parents how to register their kids and things like that. There will be a user guide developed for educators as well. But for right now, Joseph, I'm going to get you to come on screen and then kind of walk the educators through crafts and what they need to know for using crafts. For check-ins, checkouts, and all of the relevant information they need.
Thanks, Lisa. So yeah, I'll just share my screen, make sure it's all up and running. Cool. Can you see that, Lisa, my screen?
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you should have got an email giving you a username and a password. The username should be your email address, and the password it has come with a few weird characters. So if you're having trouble with logging in, if you do messages, and I can reset that password and we can get you in, and then you can change your password. So this is how the screens obviously will log in. So this is what you all should be able to see. So there's different boxes, and I'll take you through each one. But this is the basic information. So we'll start with the attendance. So there's two ways how to do the attendance. There's the way where the parents will do the check-in, and the other way is where you can do the check-in yourself. So I'll just go through the parents one first. So in order for the parents to check in their child, it has to be done through your portal. You have to load this up, so you would either have to come on your own tablet or a personal laptop or phone. It is done through your portal. The parents can't get access to that on their device, which we know is slightly different to how Sandbox was. We are, again, as Lisa mentioned, we have mentioned a few things to CRAFTS for improvements, and they are willing to listen to us, and hopefully we'll hope they might introduce that. But we are trying to improve the system how we see fit. And but yeah, this is how it is at the minute. So in order to load up the screen where the parents can check in, there's this button here says attendance mode. When you click that attendance mode, it brings up a brand new screen. And so basically the parents will see this on your device. So in order for them to log in, they would have to type in their home phone number, which is set on the system, and they set all this up, and also their random PIN. Again, they set up their own PIN. They get one random generator, so they should know their own PIN. So basically when they come in, they would type in their phone number, and then they would type in the PIN. And when they press login, it will come up with a button just saying checked in, and it's at that time. It's fairly basic. It'll just say what their child is and what the check-in time is. So that's how the parents can log in through this. And yeah, in the future, we'll be talking about how educators can check in as well through the system. I believe we're doing that in the future, and it'll be the same kind of way. So and the good thing about if they try and press back, it does ask you to log in, so they can't press back and see your portal. So it is secure that way. So however, I have saved it somewhere else. So if I get rid of that, because I created a test one. So yeah, so that's how you do it for the parents. To do it yourself, there's this red button here, it says take attendance. So when you do click on this, it will show you all the children who are registered within your day homes and who are scheduled to be attending that day. So for example, if a child's only planning to attend Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, let's try and remember what the day was, their name will not appear on this date. So in order to, so if you're doing it yourself, you click this update button and it comes up with this screen. So first off, so when they're checking in, you can choose their time. So you can choose if they come in at 9 o'clock, and you can backdate this as well. So you can actually choose the time. So if the parents forgot to do it or something's happened, you can backdate it. So you would choose the time, you can write any notes if they pass a health check, and you can select who has dropped them off, so which parent or who's authorized. So you can choose and you press save. So then it'll show you, so it'll turn to green for in. And then when you want to check them out, it's same again, you press update, but now the timeout section is showing. So again, you can choose whichever time they checked out. So again, you can put and you can choose who picked them up. You don't have to select one, but it's a nice information. So, and then you can say this person's out. So they've been checked in and out today. And then for any attendance, for example, you can choose absent, not scheduled, vacation, sick, COVID. So I'll just choose absent, and you can write a note, just put the F just to make it easy. And then when you press save, it'll come up and say absent. So there's different colors for each child. You can also do a bulk attendance. So if there's, so I'll just choose, see, again, you can backdate it to different days. So you can bulk attendance. So if you've got siblings are coming to the day homes, or a number of children come at the same time, you can select both of them, tick box here, click on bulk attendance, and then choose, say it was 8, press OK, and then you can save the bulk attendance. and it'll register both at the same time. So that's the attendance. Yeah, so that's basically it for attendance. So yeah, you've got the two ways. You've got the one where the parents do it through your device using the attendance mode, or you can check them in yourself. And like I said, you can backdate it, and you can, just in case something gets missed. So it's fairly simple in that case. If the parent forgets to do it, it forgets to check in, then it's best for the educators to do it, because I don't believe the parents can select the time. It's basically when they check in. So if they forgot to check in the morning, don't get them to check in the afternoon when they pick up the child, because we would say that time at that point, and you would have to change it. If there is an issue with the actual, let me just check this. I know we can do this. So yeah, so if you do it by mistake, you can delete it and then re-enter it. For example, if you make a mistake, you can delete and check them in and out again. So that's it for the attendance. So also on this screen, you'll also get this box with the birthdays, and that's specific to your day home as well. So you do have the print class list. So this shows you the children which are in which are in your day homes. Just to make you aware, it will show on this screen any children who are no longer, who have been enrolled but are no longer enrolled in your day homes. However, when you do press print, it will only show the children who are currently active. It's just how the system works. So yeah, that's how that bit works. You've also got the medical and allergies. So if the children have any allergies within your day homes, you can find the list here. So what you would do, see the location would only show your location, and it will, when we do get going, it should only say agency day home. So that'll be the one you select. The other ones that we just use for testing, I'll be removing them for when for the 1st December. So again, you can then print, and it would download as a PDF, and it would show if anyone has allergies. So it would only show children who have allergies. It won't show children who don't have any. So yeah, if it's blank, it means there's no one got any allergies in your day home. What else have we got? So we have so the document observations. We currently are setting that up, and that's something where I'm speaking to Annie, and we're trying to work how we will work this. So this is where you can provide parents or just on the system itself observations you are seeing. So for example, let's say Lisa test here, you can add an observation. And right now we only have this development log field, but in the future we can add more boxes. So for example, if you select development log, you can choose the domain. So language, you can write a note, and you can add a photo, and you can actually email that to the parent who is registered on the system. So it will only be the primary parent who's on the system. So when you press yes and you save an email selected, it will send them an email based with what you've written and also the photo as well. So like I said, we are planning on adding more boxes. This is something where I'll be consulting with Annie, and I'm guessing she'll be consulting with you as well to see if there's any observations you want to have added, and then we can bring that together and figure out the best way forward with that. And then finally, the last box is lessons plan. So nothing's really been done on this lesson plan yet, and we've got a lot more. So I think right now, if you just leave this alone, because we haven't done anything with that, it's just part of it. So again, in the future, we might look into implementing it and getting it in place. But right now, it's just setting up, making sure the attendance and everything else works. So on the top here as well, so this is always the home screen. So this is a home screen. So if you click on students, again, it'll help you to take attendance, observation, and the attendance sheet. So it's similar to the buttons you do get on the home. And then finally, right now, you won't have access to the reporting suite, just because one of the reports we're trying to get fixed, and we need that fixed before we can make that live. CRAFTS do know this, and they're hoping to get that fixed as soon as possible, because they agree with what the issue is. So hopefully that should get sorted. And on here, again, you've got a number of reports such as allergies, birthdays, observation reports, and the children in there. And you've also got a number of attendance reports as well. Again, we are trying to get some of these slightly changed to make it work better for everyone, and implement some of the reports we did have sandbox into CRAFTS, which work really well. And CRAFTS are been really helpful, and they're understanding, and they're trying to get set up the system as best as possible. But it might just take a little bit of time for them to sort that out. So yeah, we are trying our best, and we are trying to improve the system as we go along. And we'll let you know when all this is getting implemented. And
sorry, go ahead, Joseph. I just have a couple questions. When you're ready to take questions, just let me know.
Yeah, and I think then finally you have this install app. So you can install an app on your laptop or phone, and it'll just come up with a little icon at the bottom where you can easily log in, and it's basically the web version there. And then finally, just to make you aware, so in order to change your password, you just click on your name and the change password, which we are requesting everyone who has signed in to change the password to something personal. So I think that's about it, Lisa. You can ask questions away.
Sure. So we have a question. Where can we see the total hours for each child at the end of each month?
So that's something we have planned. So right now, that is not in place. That is one of the reports we have requested CRAFTS to build. I'm hoping it shouldn't be too complicated for them to build that report, because they have most of the data. It's just, so we've sent them what we want. The person where we chat to the most, he said it's a great idea and it's the improvement, and they've passed that on to the development team. So hopefully as soon as possible, but we're just waiting for them to figure that out. So right now it's not available, but we'll keep you updated when that is.
And just to reassure you, Wanda, because I think you're the one that asked that, Annie and I and the consultants have been talking about solutions for that for the end of the month until CRAFTS is at a point where they are able to report on the tallies for the end of the months for attendance. But we're working on some solutions for that to support, because we do know that's necessary for government reporting. So the Day Homes team is on top of that, and we're figuring out solutions for that. Just to make sure that we've got that under control and have a plan in place for that. The next question, how can I write the daily reports for parents of what happened during the day or the activities during the day? And I think, Angelina, that's when Joseph was showing us about observations. Is that correct, Joseph?
On mute. So it's the observations. That's where you can add the different observations you've seen. So as I showed, you've got all the notes, and there's the different types. Again, we've only got one and these domains. That's something we are planning to add. So I'm sure if Annie's okay with this, that if you've got any suggestions of the different ones you want to include and be able to send to parents, send them to the Day Homes email, and we can look into that and figure out what is the best way to design it. So we have so we don't have too many boxes in it, and it's too much, but where we can figure out what works best for you, but also for the system as well. So I'm sure Annie's fine with that. I know I've just put that on there, but
I think our vision for this, Angelina, is that we would have you can report on nap times or what your child ate or activities or crafts that they've done. And you've also asked, can we upload pictures? Yes, I believe that was one a part of when we get these different sections laid out, a part of what you can do is upload pictures, and that will get immediately emailed to the primary parent whose email is attached to the profile. Is that correct, Joseph?
Yeah, that's right. So you would just add it here, and you can if you press yes, it would send it to them, but you could also just do it so it's only you can see it, and you just keep in a log if you didn't want to send it to the parents. You've got that option of which way you want to go, but it is the primary parent who signs up.
Yeah, so this section is great. We're going to build this out. This will be a really handy way for us to be able to communicate with parents through the system, and be able to kind of give them the updates that we are used to kind of giving throughout the day. And we'll fill this piece out. This is a piece when I was explaining, we're going to onboard functionality and different options and ways of using crafts. This is a piece of it. We wanted to kind of get the main bulk of check-ins, checkouts, all of that stuff up and running. And then we're going to upload the functionality around payment processing, with the hope that we're going to be able to upload and use other, kind of bring on board other functionality. We didn't want to overwhelm everything all at once. So we have another question. The parents will have an application in order to receive all of the information, or it's just through their email? Or will they need the app, or will it go through their email, I think is what's being asked.
So I believe it's both. So I think because they have a main email set up, it will get sent via email, but also I believe on the parent portal, they can see past observations. So if they go on the portal, they can click on observations and see the previous observations which have been added. So I believe it's both.
So, you're welcome to keep adding in questions. Just wanted to reassure you, we know this is change and there's a lot underway. That's why we're taking it slow, so that we're working with parents and educators, you guys as the educators, to make sure that we're not kind of overwhelming the process with this. So we wanted to make sure that we're, being really careful and giving lots of information along the way, so that everybody's feeling like they have a good sense of what's happening and what to. So as you get in and start using crafts, you'll start to get a sense of how it works. We do have another question. How about the privacy of each educator and their students? Would it be open? Is it only the provider that can see the children's information? It's a great question, B.
So yes, we have how crafts work. We've got each location for each educator. So when we set up your user and when we set up your account, we selected the location which is assigned to you. So looking at the class list and everything, you will only see the children which is in your location. That is one of the issues with the reports, and that's why we're getting that fixed, and that's why the report's not available right now. And we fully understand. We've tested all the reports. I've tested all the reports to check. You only can see your location. Again, I'll check it before we make it live just to make sure. But yeah, that's definitely on our mind, and we are making sure that you can only see your children information.
And that's also why when parents go to register, so when a new parent goes to register, they will meet with Annie or her team ahead of time to kind of do that process, fill out the contract with you guys, all of that, and then they'll get a specific link for them, so that they're going directly into your day homes area to do their registration. So it's not like an open registration where they can see all of the day homes, or they're going to have a very specific link that takes them to your day home location. Did I explain that properly, Joseph?
Yeah, so we will add them to the system. Then when we send them a parent online registration, it will be linked to what we've added to the system, and we would have enrolled them into your day home. Even if it's the future, they'll sit in that in that location. And just on that, it just make you aware as well, there's certain things in the online registration, what the parents fill out, which we've added, which is not available on your portal. Again, we've asked for that to change, but right now, I think the process is when they complete the online registration, one of the team will send you the PDF link of the actual enrollment. So you'll have all that information through a PDF. You'll just not be able to access certain questions which we've added, which is, it's good for you guys to know through the actual portal. So we're sending that through PDF. But again, we have requested that to be added on there. So hopefully they take that on board and change that. Just thought I'd make you aware. And finally, Annalisa mentioned about the user guides. I'm hoping to complete a few and create some user guides next week for the educators and for the parents as well, on how to use the system. So everything I've said tonight, hopefully I'll be creating a user guide which explains all that, and possibly videos as well, just to, if you do get stuck on something, there's something to fall back on. But we're always willing to help as well if there's anything you're unsure about.
Yeah, and for sure, let us know, because crafts is new as well. So if there are issues coming up, make sure you reach out to Annie, to your consultants, to let us know. Like I said, the crafts team is awesome. They're super receptive. So there may be some time that it takes for them to kind of address things, but they're really receptive. So if you are noticing things that aren't functioning well, please let us know, so that we can work with the crafts team to address any issues that are coming up, for yourself or for parents as they're letting you know about things. So just to, reassure you, we're here with this. We're going to be super responsive. We want to work with and make this as seamless and as painless as possible, a transition. But do understand that whenever we do a transition with IT, there's going to be some things that happen that we didn't anticipate or don't go right. We're definitely working as a team to make sure that we're addressing any of those. So as soon as you're seeing something, please let us know so that we can get on it right away and fix it and work with it. So we definitely appreciate your patience as we've had some spits and spurts with this as we've moved, but Wanda just said she downloaded and logged into Crafts and is finding it really easy and user friendly. That's awesome, Wanda. Thanks for that feedback. We'll make sure that we give that to the Crafts team as well. That is one of the things that we liked about it, and have appreciated being able to get the feedback. So, and like I said, as we kind of move forward, we'll get more functionality, I think, built into Crafts. So, keep your eyes open. We'll make sure that we're always over communicating as much as possible, as well as new things are coming online, so that you all have the opportunity to get to know what's going on. And Joseph's been really great at supporting us with user guides, with screenshots, to try to make it really, really clear what steps are and what's required. So yeah, if you have any other questions, please, feel free to email your consultants or Annie with any of those moving forward. But I would just want to honor kind of people's times. There's no more questions kind of in the queue. Just wanted to take this opportunity with you guys online, just again to tell you how much we appreciate you and the hard work that you do serving our families. We know that you are giving very, very good quality care to kids and loving on them and taking care of them so well. And so we are so thankful for you and the fact that you are working with us, and are a part of what's going on. Just one more question here. One of my parents asked where she will pay her monthly payment for December. That will still, so December, the money that comes out in December for January will be coming out of Crafts. Am I right in that? I think I'm right about that. Now I'm second guessing myself. I'm right about that, right, Joseph? That will still be taken out of Craft.
So yeah, so the payment beginning of December for the December payment will be Sandbox. We'll start in
Right.
So the end of December invoice for the care in January will be starting in Craft.
Sorry, you're right about that. Sorry. So yeah, let me clarify that. So the payment for December that will come out for December 1st, that will come out of Sandbox. The payment that will come out January 1st for January's care, that will be our first payments coming out of Crafts, so out of the new system of Crafts. So there will be some additional information going out to parents and to you as educators around how payments are going to be processed, getting parents set up in the system for payments. That's coming. So look for that. We wanted to do this in kind of 2 installments. One with the check-ins and checkouts, get people familiar with Crafts itself. And then we're going to then move to the second piece, which is the payments. And they're coming out of Sandbox for December's care, so that all of the year's payments are coming out of Sandbox. It just makes it easier come tax receipt time. So come January, that's the first payment that will be coming out of Crafts. Hopefully I made that more clear and not just confusing. I just want to offer, are there any more questions Sometimes if you're like me, you think of questions after the fact, that's totally fair. Please reach out to your consultants or to Annie with any questions that you have or concerns. You're welcome to raise those as well. And we'll do our best to address any questions or concerns that people have. And like I said, look for us to be reaching out in the next couple of weeks with information around setting up the payment process within CRAFTS so that we can get that all set up for our January payments for childcare in January. So if there's no more kind of, any other questions? That's great. Thank you so much, Angelina. Children's attendance will start January 1st. Nope, the attendance will start in CRAFTS December 1st. So that's why we're getting everybody set up. So we sent out emails to all parents to get with a link so that they can go into CRAFTS and they can register their child's information in there so that starting December 1st, check-ins and checkouts will happen in CRAFTS. So all of the parents have received that information. If they haven't, please reach out to Annie or the team and let us know so that we can get their information, get a link sent to them. But check-ins and checkouts will be starting in December. Payments will start in January in CRAFTS. We will have a recording of this. So if you have other colleagues or people that couldn't make it, or you want to be able to watch this again to clarify any questions, we will be sending out a recording of this and have this available. And we're going to use this recording with new educators who come on board as well, just to help them get familiar with how CRAFT looks like and how to find the attendance reports and or the check-ins and the checkouts and things like that. So that's why we've been recording right now, just so that we can support with ongoing educators as well. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you carving out time. You work hard during the day, so thank you for giving us some time this evening. Again, we appreciate you. If you have any questions or concerns, reach out to us. We'll do our best to support in this process. And yeah, have a wonderful rest of your evening. Take care. I'll stay on for a little bit just in case there's any Q&As, but at this time, we'll finish the recording and say thank you so much for joining us. Take care.